days down from 2026. Ya pasaron 5 días del 2026. And guess what? It is confirmed. These elites and their minions and their flying monkeys, they will do anything to destroy you. I think I shared with you earlier, I had a court day. I had jury duty. And I was going to lay it on them about the First Amendment, the freedom of speech. Guess what? I had 2 girls, and I made it clear to them that I wanted them to know what I had on my hand. I had it written down, what I was going to say. I was going to claim the First Amendment, I think that's how you call it, and say what I had to say. That under the maritime law, I can choose to not obey it because that's not the law of the land. That is what they use in courts. It's the law of the sea on which you are a ship. The judge is the referee. The lawyers are the other team. And no matter who wins, the victim or the accusee, somebody's got to pay. It's like a football game. They bounce the ball around, back and forth. And at the end, the house has to win. I had 2 beautiful girls next to me, and I took a break. I went upstairs. Enough time for one of them to go and tell somebody what I was planning on doing. Because you see, when somebody snitches, there's always going to be a snitch. They're always going to plant somebody. And somebody's going to not want to get in trouble. Or maybe they felt sorry for me, that I was going to get myself in trouble. Because up until now, there has not been one country in the whole world that has ever claimed freedom of the mind, physical freedom, or spiritual freedom. What do you think about that? Why do you think this thing with Venezuela happened? Sooner or later, one way or another. They have said it many times. You do it the easy way, or you go down the hard way. And I believe that Maduro got really ripe, and he ended up deciding to go the easy way. Because the other way, maybe he would not have made it. Do you know how they attacked Jesus? Until they finally crucified him. But Jesus knew that he had to be the example. I told my children, and I told the children's dad and a couple friends, if I go down, I will go down because I stand for what I believe. I don't believe that all these elites and their minions and their flying monkeys should continue with their destruction of humanity. We gotta make a stand. And that stand is gotta be a peaceful stand. We still have some kind of constitution in every country and the freedom of speech. But we gotta know the symbols that they use. All these corporations, all these lawyers, all these bankers, all the courthouses, the judicial system, they're all in cahoots to extract, to make you be the slave to work 50 years. They're the ones that enjoy the luxury and you enjoy the crumbs. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But the worst thing about it is, and it's so good to find out, that because of ignorance, many don't want to learn. And it says it in the Bible, because of the lack of knowledge, my people will perish. Because people don't want to learn. They're used to. They're used to working hard. They have no idea about the disconnection from the gene, from the DNA that made you forgetful, that made you forget who you are. Are we going to continue like that? Snitching on one another and helping the elites with their minions? Continue manipulating through fear, controlling the world, and have it be just theirs. Because they want Earth. Earth has everything, you see? Like I said about Mr. Musk and the moon. He will not let off from going back to the moon. His civilization must have done such destruction that at one time, Mars was completely empty, but now it's got many races up there. And I guess he feels out. He thinks he has the power to go back over there. Through AI, through all the money and the technology that he has at his disposal. What do you think? Are you going to make a stand for your generation, for your future generations? Imagine if you were to come back 5 generations from now. Because you have heard that some people, they lived in the 1800s, some lived in the 1600s, and now they're back up around. They came back around. And they are in this mess. People that are around 50s and 60s agreed to come and face these times and take justice in the proper way. Because what they do, they don't do it in a clean way. They are rats and roaches that they hide everywhere. They will never show you their faces. That's why they're doing this, because they're avoiding at all costs from having those Epstein files come out. Because I'm sure that most of you know how they were set up. All those leaders, they are forced to agree with whatever law the elites that set them up to have what they want. And that is to have Earth and make out of humanity a slave, continue being the slave. It just takes your voice. All it takes is for you to speak up for your rights. But do you know what your rights are? Unless you help yourself, unless you educate yourself, you're not gonna know what they are, what you are worthy of. You are supposed to be able to reign, to have dominion, to have control over your life, not have somebody dictate you what you can do and what you can't do. But you gotta take the time. You have to have enough love in you for yourself to be able to make a stand. Start working the land. Get away from all the junk that they're feeding you. They're dressing you with junk. They're feeding you junk. They're letting you breathe junk. They're contaminating everything because they don't want a healthy world. They're lifeless beings. They don't care about a healthy planet. And so, I will be going to rest in a little while because I've had a long day, long happy day to know that they were not able to have the day that they were planning. They were not able to have a profit out of all those 90 people that they had there sitting around to be picked to assist them and to send to jail who knows what person for what they did. Because remember, they don't have any system to restore you to be a productive human in society. They want you to lose everything. Along the videos that I have shared with you, I have talked about all the different things that they have done. Not to just me, to everybody that's not of their bloodline. They're body hoppers. They jump around. The demons. Those people that have severe addictions, they are just serving as vessels. And all they want is the material wealth, the economic wealth, because they have no spiritual wealth that's worth anything. They can't. They don't have a consciousness. And here you are thinking that you are making it. That you're gonna make it, you're gonna fake it until you make it. You're never gonna make it. If you fall in their trap and you follow their game, you're not gonna survive. This has been going on for far too long. But it's gonna take a couple more years for you to finally decide. Do you go with them? Or do you decide to build your own world where you can be happy? The future generations can have a decent life, but more than anything, where you will not be dictated how to think, what to eat, how to live. That's exactly what they want. We don't have much time. For 2 years, we have to decide. And we have to make a stand one at a time. That's all it takes, a peaceful stand, one at a time. I will continue tomorrow sharing with you because I got another court appointment tomorrow. And guess what? I did not have the chance of reading my rights today, but tomorrow I will. Because we don't need to obey the corporations, the law of the sea, where you are stuck. You are a slave, where you are sold, where you are traded at the stock market of New York. Remember that? The corporation is under the name of the state of New York, while the legal and right way that you can claim your freedom is under New York State. That's the difference. For some of you, this is a lot of new information to take in. And you would say, what is she talking about? Because you've never heard of anything like this. What I'm talking about is about the powerful that have gotten away with everything that they've always wanted. Destroying and stepping on everybody's toes and everybody's lives to have what they want, to do things as they please, to feed off of us. In one of the videos I shared with you, and I said, where do you think you are in the food chain? Because there are so many predators below you and above you. Are you gonna go down easy? Are you gonna allow them to devour you, to destroy you until there is no more you? It's up to you. And may I say one more time to the subscribers in this channel that will be or are watching this video right now, I love your soul, I love your existence. But the question is, how much do you love yourself to become aware of what's going on and do something about it instead of doing nothing. Because out of the last 4 people, 2 that I spoke with yesterday, they said, oh, you don't need to worry about that. That doesn't affect me. I can't do anything about it. But yet, those 2 very well-dressed girls tonight, this afternoon, one of them became a snitch, and the other one, she was giggling and talking and having fun, just not caring. They just don't care because they don't know what they're doing to themselves. They don't know what they are doing to their generations, the children that are coming, and still they're happy they're talking about their children. I can't see how they're okay with all that. I hope you